Texas League Baseball is next. And good evening, everybody. We welcome you into our Thursday night live broadcast. And now here is the star of the show, John Baker. Well, thank you, Bob, and a good evening to everybody in our broadcast as we get set for the third game of the six-game set between the visiting Corpus Christi Hooks and your San Antonio Flying Chanclas. Well, we are overcast, guys. Severe thunderstorm watch in effect for our area as we are overcast, and yeah, we're looking at storms just to the west of San Antonio. And boy, gotta say, pretty bad on that side of town. Well, it is getting dark early as we have the intense cloud cover, but hopefully we should get this ball game going and hopefully finish by the time the storms roll in. Tomorrow evening, the Flying Chanclas continue the series against Corpus Christi for Friday Night Baseball. Missions in their Flying Chancla uniforms as well for tomorrow. Saturday, post-game fireworks extravaganza. That one presented by, for the fireworks, West Creek Trail Rides and Dr. Pepper, the proud sponsors. Sunday, we'll wrap up the series as we'll have a 1:05 first pitch. Missions will stay home on Monday as we get set for another homestand as we take on the visiting Frisco Rough Riders starting Tuesday through Sunday next week. After that, Missions head West Texas. They take on the Midland Rockhounds in a six-game set. For returning home, taking on the Wichita Wind Surge. Then it's back on the road as we head to the North Division, take on the Arkansas Travelers. Well, gotta say, there is somewhat of a schedule, and gotta say, pretty good on that as well, Bob. Yeah, I gotta say, John, thank you for sharing with us that schedule. We most certainly appreciate it, and we are looking forward to, well, this first day of May, I should say, and next Thursday is your 32nd birthday, and that means we got Frisco Rough Riders being in town on May the 8th, so super birthday for John Baker, and so far for everybody that is wishing him a early happy birthday, we appreciate y'all's birthday cards, and so far there's a few. Well, we got a birthday card from West Creek Trail Rides. We cannot wait to see you on the day that you have a birthday, and so far, come out and ride your favorite horse, Picani, as he comes and get to hang out with the guy, and my favorite guy, that is my partner, and also have the best filming of Horseback Riding Adventures birthday special coming up on May 8th. Don't forget, on that morning, we do have two back-to-back episodes of Horseback Riding Adventures, and they're all new as well. So that will make you like a kid in a candy store being happy that he gets that chocolate. I'm just kidding. But anyway, going to be a pretty good night thus far, and so far, first day of May, and yeah, cloud cover, and the clouds are really starting to come in, and yeah, thunderstorm activity as well. We look just to the west of San Antonio, and yeah, it's getting pretty dark on that side of town. We got stadium lights already in effect. By 8 p.m. or 9 or 10, we should be seeing most of that activity starting to fire up. But anyway, we're going to make our pregame show short and sweet, as maybe we don't have a lot of time before the activity starts setting in. in the city of San Antonio. And, well, we'll just get right to it. But this has been our pregame show, and we will now take you downstairs as we get set for this one. So anyway, let's have a good night, and let's play ball.
And now, your San Antonio Mission.
Well, we're about ready as Braden Nett, a right-hander, will get the starting assignment for the Flying Chanclas. What do we know, Bob? 4-seam cutter, splitter, slur, sinker. He's got 5-pitch mix, and he can use one of those in his arsenal if he chooses.
Leading off for Corpus Christi.
Corpus Christi second baseman Jesus Bastidas coming in. As we are about set for baseball here this cloudy, severe thunderstorm evening. And let's have a good time, play ball, and that is a first pitch in for a cold strike. It's 0-1. Well, I did forget to mention that Corpus Christi through this series won the first two of this homestand in San Antonio. And so far, the Mission's trying to come back after a 2-game loss. And so far, trying to make amends meet. The 0-2 to Bastidas. And that one's going to get away. Right there is not in time, as that wild pitch will make him get out there to first safely. But they do collect the strikeout. And now here is Luis Baez, or the right fielder for Corpus Christi, and he's coming out, getting stuff going. Runner at first after the strikeout and wild pitch for the leadoff hitter.
1-1.
And that is going to be outside. The count now 1-1. Cloudy skies, temperature at 81 degrees here, and so far it is a cloudy one here in San Antonio as we have rain just west of us, and
1 ball, 2 strikes.
might be raining after this ball game. We'll have to wait and see. Here's a 1-2. High in the air, deep to left. Fabian just shy of the line, and the warning track makes the play, and there is out number 1.
Batting third, the first baseman, number 4.
And with that, let's give the Corpus Christi starting lineups. And Bob got a great Houston Astros lineup. Bastidas, Baez, Encarnacion, Daniel Smith, Deming, Cohen, Jaworski, and Lavastida out in the Corpus Christi lineup tonight. First baseman, Luis Encarnacion, coming in this one. And that's going to be right there. Line drive up the left center. That's a base hit. And here comes a runner, not in time as he slides in third safely. Boy, tell you one thing. He does pretty good as one of the best baseball hitters of all time, Encarnacion. Just getting out there and getting the show on the road. Zach Daniels coming in as he'll hit that one out of play, and it goes foul. Daniels, the left fielder, batting third in the order for Corpus Christi. Boy, gotta say the stadium lights now taking full effect here this evening as we got the thunderstorm activity starting to get something going. The 0-2. Right there, high in the air, and that is foul, out of play. So hopefully get the game out of the way before the severe weather rolls in. The 0-2, right there, out of play, and that will go foul. Unlike in Springfield and Tulsa this past week, evidently even in Amarillo, Seeing tornado warnings and large destructive hail. Yeah, I know, John. That is really bad when you get into a situation where you do have thunderstorms that produce even larger size grapefruit or anything like that. Yep, strike out right there, as that will be out number 2 here in the top of the first inning for Corpus Christi. That's a swing and a miss right there. Here is Cam Smith. Smith coming in, and that's a strike right there to the Corpus Christi third baseman. And the pitch. And that's going to be right there. Cedeno will give it to DeVries, and that is this half inning. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, and 2 left on. Should I say 1 hit? Scratch that. And we head to the bottom of the first inning, and it is no score through the top half of 1. So I will repeat myself: no runs on a hit, no errors, and 2 left. And Corpus Christi does not score in this ball game as we head to the bottom of 1. Now set to go for the bottom of the first for San Antonio. Right now, the Missions Baseball Network. Well, we do have a right-hander for Corpus Christi, and he'll be the starter. Here is Blair Henley. What do we know, Bob? Well, he's got an ERA of 135 with a whip of 21 and a walk rate 33.5%. As he starts on the mound for Corpus Christi. And that'll bring up left fielder for the Flying Chanclas. Here is Albert Fabian. Fabian coming in, set to go. He takes a strike inside. It's 0-1. And the pitch. That is right there, base hit to right. And the leadoff batter gets on base.
Batting second, the catcher, Ethan.
So pretty good right there, as now San Antonio gets a hit. Next batter for San Antonio, catcher Ethan Salas. Salas is last name Salas. Pretty cool last name for him. He bats at an average of .316 over a 400. So pretty good on that. Here's the pitch. Right there and in for a cold strike. It's 0-2.
2 strikes.
Boy, we had the sun early this afternoon, but with the storm clouds, that's a big different story right there. That's going to hit the base of the wall, and that's going to put runners in scoring position, second and third now. Nobody out, as Salas will get in a base hit double. And evidently that will be a Whataburger double. So for the catcher, Ethan Salas, you just got coupons for a free meal, a double meat cheeseburger coupon courtesy of Ethan Salas. Center fielder, Joshua Mears, coming in for San Antonio. And the pitch. Right there and in. That's taken for a cold strike. It's 0-2. Don't forget, tomorrow evening we are back, Friday through Sunday, taking on Corpus Christi. Mission stay home, and yeah, they'll get a movie night Monday evening.
Batting fourth, the first
The Frisco Rough Riders come to town.
Ta-da!
Ain't that nice? Yeah, Texas Rangers organization, AA Frisco, will be here taking on the San Antonio Missions Tuesday through Sunday next evening. And that is right there, foul. And the count now 0-1 to the first baseman, Marcos Castañon. Boy, the guy out there as shortstop, Leo Dallas DeVries, really just brightens anybody. Even when he was up in Amarillo, the team was San Antonio, going to the Water Ridge Field there in downtown Amarillo. He hit a really good home run. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 away, 2 on. And that is called third strike. He got him looking, and now they're 2 away.
Batting fifth, the right fielder, number 7.
Right fielder, number 7. Here is Jacob Campbell. Campbell coming in, and he tries to fight his way on. And it's the count now 0-1. No balls and 1 strike to Campbell. And the pitch right there and in for a called strike, and it's 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes to Campbell, right fielder. Well, I heard some thunder there, John. Yeah, I sure did as well. Well, a strikeout, play made, and that will do it for this half inning is over. Well, we played 1 here in San Antonio as we head now to the top of the second. And it is no score through 1 as Corpus Christi coming to bat. Austin Deming and Zach Cole and Chase Jaworski will lead it off for Corpus Christi when we come back here on MLB Network. Now set to go for the top of the second for Corpus Christi right now on the Missions Baseball Network. Up now to bat for Corpus Christi. Here is the 6-hole batter, Austin Deming. Inning number 2 set to go. That one high pop-up right there. Third baseman Rojas getting in foul grounds, making the grab, and there's the out. So the first one retired here in the top of the second was an easy fly out. And here is center fielder Zach Cole. Cole coming in. Side sets, here is net swing and a miss. Right there, the big, bad, nasty splitter got him chasing. And it's the count now, 0-1. Here's the pitch. And that is fouled. And the count now 0-2. Well, he's starting to put some plastic on them cameras just to keep them nice and dry if possibility of rain is imminent. And Cole gets strikeout looking in the backwards K.
Batting 8,
for Braden Net will mean 3
Jaworski.
complete strikeouts. 8-hole batter Chase Jaworski takes a 4-seam up top, and the count now 1 ball and no strikes to him. Jaworski, the shortstop here for the Hooks. That one driven up, high in the air, deep to right, Campbell under it. Makes the play, and that's the half inning over. No runs, no hits, no errors, and no one on for Corpus Christi. We are on now to the bottom half of the second. No score through 2.5. Now we're back here right after this as Cole Roederer and Rojas and Cedeno will follow in after that. This proud broadcast on this Taco Bell Value Night brought to you in part by West Creek Trail Rides. If you love an outdoor adventure on horseback, visit them at westcreektrailrides.com. Call the 210 number and book your appointment today. Well, we're about set to go for the bottom half of the second inning for San Antonio, right now the Mission's Baseball Network. Well, I do believe this is the designated hitter, Cole Roederer. As he gets ready to go, that one slider is outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Boy, tell you one thing, cloud cover, and woo, starting to see some lightning. Yeah, I did see that too there, John, and looks like Mother Nature is not going to hold off the storms for much longer. Yeah, I kind of agree with you there, Bob. Severe weather going into tomorrow as well, and it might be a postponed game. But anyway, if that happens and you bought your tickets for tomorrow, make sure that you go to our ticket counter and exchange the rained out ticket for a brand new ticket to a future game, and you are good to go. That one right back to the pitcher. Throw down to first, out number 1.
Batting 7.
Yeah, pretty good right there. Yendry Rojas, the hot corner third baseman guy, coming up for the Flying Chanclas. Gets set to go for his first time around. That is a changeup right there in the count now, 0-1. And the pitch. That one is driven up the center, and that's going to get down for the base hit. So a 1-out single will keep the inning alive. And that will bring up Nerwillian Cedeno up to the plate now. Batting a .327. What a nice way to get something going. And that is in for a strike, and it's 0-1. Cedeno playing second base, as always, for the Missions. That his place is always the second base area. No balls, 1 strike. The pitch. That is a changeup looking. And that's the count now, 0-2. 1 away, runner at first. Here's the pitch. That one high and outside, and that's 1-2. And Henley talking with home plate umpire Jeff Andrews, wondering where that call was, and evidently the home plate umpire was not wrong about that. It was too high. He called it for the ball. And yeah, you can't pull the rabbit out of the hat, but I mean to tell you. So a 2 away. Here is the favorite guy of mine. Here is Leo Dallas DeVries. And that is right there in the end for a strike, and it's 0-1 to him. Well, Leo Dallas was pretty good up in Amarillo. He hit a home run and gave the San Antonio Missions a pretty good victory thus far. Yeah, and just like he went up against Northwest Arkansas during the last homestand that we had a couple of weeks back in April. Yeah, man, sure did, Bob. I agree. This guy is a pretty good prospect in the free agency for the San Diego Padres. That one hit right there. Throw down to first, and that ends the half inning. So no runs on a hit, no errors, one left on as we head for the third, and it is still no score through two. Well, we're back here in the ballpark as Brian Lavastida will come in for Corpus Christi to lead the third inning. Leading off the top of the third inning for Corpus Christi, Brian Lavastida. Thank you, Bob. We're back here in Missions Baseball on this Flying Chanclas Thursday evening. That one driven up to left field and up to Fabian as he gets to shy center field. And that is out number one. Second baseman, Jesus Bastidas, top of the order now on the lineup card. And here's the pitch, swing and a miss. Boy, howdy. Look at that, the count now 0-1. Boy, we'll say we are seeing the lightning. And evidently, we are under a severe thunderstorm watch until 11 o'clock this evening. Boy, you can actually hear that thunder. Boy, howdy. The 0-2. Swing and a miss. Bastidas down on strikes. The fourth one of the night on strikeouts. And that is out number two. Here's a second in the lineup for Corpus Christi, Luis Baez. Baez coming in, and he'll take that one. The count now 0-1 to the right fielder, Baez. Boy, 7:57 as the cloud cover continues to increase here. And evidently, there's rain in our forecast through tonight into tomorrow. And the pitch, that one high in the air, deep to center. Mears under it, and that is the third and final out in the top frame. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on for Corpus Christi. 3.5 as we go, and it's no score. Left fielder Albert Fabian coming in for San Antonio. When we get back, it's a no-score ball game here in this one. Well, we're about set to go for San Antonio here in the bottom of the third inning. Right now on the Missions Baseball Network. Well, we just got an update on our weather. And yes, we are going to read what we have for tonight's weather. So for this evening, thunderstorms, some strong early, then partly cloudy after midnight. Storms may produce large hail and strong winds. Chance of rain, 100%. So yes, we do have hail threat, and so far, hopefully we could get to the end of this broadcast before the storms come in. So a right fielder base hit for Albert Fabian as he gets on base. Here is the catcher, Ethan Salas. And that's going to be right there. To second for one. No! They do not get anybody. And that's going to be an error on the second baseman. So that's an E3 on Corpus Christi. First one of the night here in San Antonio. Both runners are safe, and they will overturn the double play, so nobody out. Center fielder is Joshua Mears. He comes in and takes a strike. And it's 0-1. 0 for 1 strikeout by Mears. As he gets in and gets something going. Boy, just tell you that hail threat is large hail. But evidently, if we have to, we'll get the car some shelter. And right there, 1 ball and 2 strikes to count now to the center fielder, Mears. And the pitch. That one blistered deep to left. Watch that one go. And that is gone. And San Antonio takes the lead 3-0. By golly, that was pretty cool. 424, center fielder Mears getting a 110.8 mile per hour exit velocity. That was a fast one, driven up out of the ballpark by Mears. And San Antonio now on the board 3-0. That one right there, and that's a base hit to right. So it's like a repeat of last night, right, Bob? Yeah, I got to say, John, absolutely right. And even though we look at it, San Antonio scored in 3, and they evidently lost. They tied it up multiple times last night. Whoa, look at that lightning. Boy, guess there's just lightning everywhere and stuff this evening.
Inside, ball 1.
If you can hear that in the audio booth. Severe thunderstorm warning on that one in Uvalde right now, and so far one heck of a evening. First day of May, and yeah, we're starting to get storms like crazy. Yeah, it sure is, Bob. That one right there, 2-2 the count now to the right fielder Jacob Campbell. I've got to say, it is about 8:03 as we are getting going here.
Now batting, the designated hitter.
Designated hitter, Cole Roederer. Coming in is 0 for 2, a ground out. Well, only played 9 innings, so that is not bad. Now, hopefully Mother Nature will let us have the ball game, and either a win or a loss, it doesn't matter. But evidently, let's see if we could get done before the bad stuff gets in San Antonio tonight. The 0-1. And that's going to be down, and that's a wild pitch. Going to first, going to second. And the runner gets in scoring position. Ouch. And that is one thing you don't want to ever give up when you literally just give that up and stuff. And that's a runner in scoring position. The fourth run for San Antonio. Yeah, and it really is, Bob. That is back to the mound, and that is out number 2. Roederer did not last any time being out into this baseball field. But anyway, it is what it is. That's the game of baseball. You get thrown out at first, you're out. That goes for other bases, second and third. You're out. And, that's been for years that baseball's been around. So we got Gyro Solis and Gaither warming up, 2 right-handers for Corpus Christi. Getting set to go here in this ball game. It's a 3-0 lead here in the bottom of 3. And the pitch. That is driven to center, or nope, that is up to left. Major look. Yeah, you got that one. So left fielder gets on base, and that's first and third, 2 away. 3-run shot by center fielder Joshua Mears. And that's in for a strike, and it's 0-1. To Nerwillian Sedeno. Strikeout is 0 for 1 as he comes into this ball game with first and third. And that is a slider inside. And that's the count now, 0-2. Here's the pitch. And that is chopped foul. Still hanging on at 0 balls, 2 strikes. 3-0 Flying Chanclas here tonight. And that one is high and upstairs for ball 1. 1 ball and 2 strikes to count now to Sedeno. And the pitch. And called third strike, and they'll get him down. The 3-run shot by center fielder Joshua Mears gives the San Antonio Missions Flying Chanclas the lead. It's a 3-0 ball game as we head to the 4th inning. Fourth inning here for the Corpus Christi Hooks in the San Antonio Missions Baseball Network. Fourth inning, here is Luis Encarnacion as he comes in and set to go. Here's the pitch, and that is going to hit the glove. Oh boy, we've almost got him. 1 ball, no strikes. The pitch is high flying in the air, and that is out of play. And they're going to call intentional walk on him. Yep, it's a balk.
Now batting, Left fielder, Zach.
Well, that is crazy when you look at it. Almost hitting the batter, and yes, he gets on base for a free pass. So here is Zach Daniels. Daniels coming in, and that one is fouled off, and it's 0-1 to him. Runner at first. Nobody out, top of 4. That one splittered down at the knees for a strike. It's 0-2. Oh, 2. Swing and a miss, and that goes down on strikes.
Now batting, the third baseman, Cam.
Hot corner for Corpus Christi. Third baseman, Cam Smith. Smith coming on, ready to go. And that gets him in the ribs. So that's got to hurt. Designated hitter, Austin Deming. Deming coming in, ready to go. And the pitch. That one high and slurve inside. And it's 0-1. Deming not really happy about that call. That was a tying run for Corpus Christi. And the pitch. That's going to be high in the air. Second baseman Sedeno gets shallow right, as that will be out number 2.
The batter, the center fielder, Zach Cole.
Zach Cole leads it off. 0 for 1, a strikeout. 3-0 San Antonio. Tying run possible for Cole. That one high in the air up to right field, and that's another 1-2-3 inning. No runs on, guessing, 1 hit, 1 error, and 2 left on as we head to the bottom of 4, and it is San Antonio up 3-0. Leo Dallas DeVries coming in for San Antonio as we lead off the bottom of 4 when we come back. Bottom of the 4th inning for San Antonio right now, the Missions Baseball Network. Well, here is the shortstop 9 batter, Leo Dallas DeVries. Let's get things started. Down one high and upstairs, ball 1. So hopefully quick game tonight before all the storm activity starts to unravel on San Antonio. There, got to say, John, we have these storms. Unlike about a couple of days ago, I think Wichita Falls, Texas, had that tornado-warned thunderstorm, wall cloud and stuff, and hell up to hen egg to grapefruit size. Well, I got to say, Bob, what a thing that goes off of that. And that's going to be right there. Line drive up to center field. That's a base hit. Well, got to stay protected when severe weather comes in. And so far, if any warning is issued, such as a tornado warning, well, go to the lowest level of your home, away from windows. And evidently, if you see lightning or hear thunder, you're not close from being struck. And evidently, that is safety. Now, we're going to have safety as we get going on a afternoon ball game, and I do believe Sunday would be pretty good. That one high and outside, 1 ball, 1 strike. Runner at first and nobody out. Albert Fabian, top of the San Antonio lineup card. And the pitch. And that is right there and in. It's 1-2. The bottom of 4 on this evening. Flying Chanclas and Corpus Christi. High in the air, deep to center, and that is out number 1.
Now batting, the catcher, Ethan Salas.
That'll bring up the catcher, Ethan Salas. 1 for 2, a double last time up. And that one's going to be driven high in the air, deep to right field. And that is a easy fly out for the right fielder for the 2 away.
The center fielder, number 14, Joshua Mears.
Center fielder Joshua Mears, the 3-run home run guy. Boy, I tell you one thing, he blistered that one out of the ballpark. Just put the bat on it and it went sailing out of Wolf Stadium. Yeah, I got to say, John, absolutely right about that. That ball was hit hard on the screws. And change up right there and in for a called strike. It's 0-2. And the pitch. That is right there, and that's going to be driven. And that is the play made out at first, and that will do it. No runs on a hit, no errors, and 1 left on for San Antonio. Top of the 5th inning coming up, and it is 3-0 Flying Chanclas. Chase Jaworski leads things off, top of the 5th inning for Corpus Christi when we come back. We now head to the 5th inning for Corpus Christi right now. The Missions Baseball Network. Well, here is Chase Jaworski as we lead things off for Corpus Christi. Top of the 5th inning, and got to say, we're doing pretty good. We are ahead of schedule, and severe weather just to the west of San Antonio. And the pitch. That one right there, foul. And it's 1-1. Don't mind a little bit of rain as we all look at it. Yeah, I gotta say, John, we did see a little lightning just about to the other side of what we've been seeing, but evidently just left of the glass. That is for sure, like flashes here and there. 2-2 to Jaworski. And the pitch. And that gets away. And that's a full count now at 3 balls, 2 strikes. Catcher Brian Lavastida coming in. And the pitch. That one right there, called third strike. It gets him down. And that's the 6-1 tonight for Braden Nets.
The catcher, Brian Lavastida.
Brian Lavastida coming in now. As taking in for a strike, it's 0-1. I want to tell you what, they're going over Aaron Judge 225 in 2022 and 2024. Boy, a pretty good baseball player with an opposition that high. Here's a 1-1.
That's ball two.
Now, unlikely we've seen oppositions down to the 140s, 150s. It's about right there. What do you think, Bob?
Well, I'm going to say even a little bit higher would make a big difference.
Yeah, for sure. And
Now
right there, and
second baseman Jesus
that one taken out for the called out number 2. Well, back to the top of the Corpus Christi lineup card, and here is Jesus Bastidas. As he takes a strike right there, and it's 0-1. You know, after tonight, we're 3 games left of this opening homestand, and so far we are a 6-game set with Corpus Christi, and next week a 6 with the Frisco Rough Riders. And also, happy birthday, John. Thank you, Bob. Birthday wishes for everybody. And it's right there, lined off that wall. And there is a 2-out double by Jesus Bastidas.
Now batting, right fielder Luis Baez.
And here is Luis Baez as he comes in. And the pitch. That is right there in the inside corner. That's a strike. It's 0-1. And the 0-1. Ouch, that got him.
First base.
And that's a second man he plunks.
The first baseman, number 4.
Boy, tell you one thing, you don't want to ever get plunked while at the at-bat position. Yeah, well, at least you could try not to get plunked, but many batters will just get hit. And besides not the batter itself, I've seen the catcher and the umpire getting hit. Yeah, for sure.
Ball two.
That one down and in, 2 balls and no strikes. Tying run up, that is Luis Encarnacion. And the 2-0, that one's going to be driven up nicely. Left center, that's a base hit. And that's going to tie in the run. And it's a 3-1 lead as San Antonio still holding on a 2-run.
The left fielder, Zach Daniels.
And that's going to bring in Zach Daniels. Tying run at second base. And the pitch, that one is right there, and it's 1 ball and no strikes to him. 2 strikeouts, 0 for 2 by Daniels tonight. And the pitch. That one is high in the air. Campbell getting under it, makes the play, and that's the half inning over. But Luis Encarnacion will get a run in with a teammate, and that will pretty much do it. So 1 run on 2 hits, no errors, and 2 left on as we head to the bottom of the 5th, and San Antonio leads this one 3-1.
well about set for the bottom of the fifth inning. And here is Jose Fleury coming out for Corpus Christi as he gets the call to the mound. He gets a four-seam fastball,
For San Antonio, the first
and
baseman, Marco.
he has a changeup, slider, curveball, and a two-seam fastball as well. Thank you, Bob. Here is Marcos Castellan.
0-1's the count.
And we'll say pretty good, as that's a strike inside, and it's the count now 0-1.
That's a
San
ball.
Antonio having a 3-1 lead against Corpus Christi on this evening. Evidently, Mother Nature is allowing us to play baseball, even though through the early start of this ball game, we've had a few lightning showings. Well, evidently, thunderstorm activity will
Now
not
batting,
cease
number
till
7.
after the early morning for a Friday. Right fielder Jacob Campbell coming in after the strikeout. He's had 2 strikeouts, 0 for 2 for the evening. Fleury now pitching for Corpus Christi. And that is going to be right there, line drive foul. And it's the count now 0-2. The pitch, that is outside, 1-2. I'll tell you what, and so far everything is going pretty good on this night. So 2 away. Campbell is down on strikes now. Here is Cole Roederer. 2 away here in the bottom of the 5th inning. A 3-1 San Antonio lead. That one is out of play, foul. Here's the pitch. That one high in the air, and that will drop out of play and into the crowd. Well, lucky as it could be, as a little fan gets a souvenir. That's pretty nice. No balls and 2 strikes. And he got looking, called 3rd strike on him. So no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on. 6th inning as San Antonio leads this one 3-1. As the third baseman Cam Smith comes in, we take our short break. And pretty good on that. We're back after these commercial messages. This one brought to you on part by West Creek Trail Rides. Take it away, Bob. Well, I gotta say, John, with West Creek Trail Rides, you could get in and have a pretty good evening. Rides are $50, but if you are military, it's a little bit of a discount on that. Well, I gotta say, Bob, absolutely right, and that will be a $45 that you just pay, or could be $40. It'd be a 10% type discount. But anyway, pretty good on that. Well, anyway, we head to the top of the 6th inning for Corpus Christi. And third baseman Cam Smith coming in now for the Hooks. Here's the pitch to him. That one is outside, 1 ball and no strikes. Here's a 1-0. That one is outside. So 2-0 now. Well, 59 pitches as Braden Nett stays in the ball game for at least one more or maybe even another half inning. But we will definitely see, and all heads prevail. 3-0, here is the delivery. And ball 4, he walked him. 4-pitch walk.
Now batting.
And yes, that is really upsetting. Designated hitter, Austin Deming. Deming coming in, but that one taken outside. 1 ball, no strikes to him. 3-1 San Antonio here in this ball game. That one fouled off. So the count now 1-1 to Deming. That one chopped at the in front of the plate, and it's 1-2. Here's the pitch, and that is right to DeVries, to Cedeno, and then Castellon. Taco Bell double play, 6-4-3.
The center fielder, number 6.
What a beauty right there as we get the instant replay look, and so far that was awfully nice. With 2 gone, here is Zach Cole. Up next to bat for Corpus Christi is the center fielder. 0 for 2, a strikeout and a flyout. Well, pretty good as severe weather seems to cool down. I haven't seen any more lightning. DeVries roller and gets it to Castellon there at first, and that's the half inning already come and gone. Well, we head now to the bottom of the 6th inning as Rojas, Cedeno, and DeVries will round out this half inning. So we're about ready as we head for the bottom of the 6th. San Antonio leads it 3-1. Well, we now head to the bottom half of the 6th inning for San Antonio right now on the Missions Baseball Network. Thank you, Bob. Yendry Rojas, the third baseman, coming in. There's a slider inside for a strike, and it's count now 0-1. And the pitch. That one's driven deep to right center. That's a base hit. And that's going to get for a Rojas double meat cheeseburger double. Man, I got to say, John, he's doing really, really good. Yeah, for sure. Second baseman, a-hole spot, Norwillian Cedeno. Taking a strike inside. It's the count now, 0-1. Cedeno, 2 strikeouts, 0 for 2 for him. Runner in scoring position. That one down at the knees, 1-1. One ball, one strike. That one hit to first. And they'll step on the bag, but the runner goes from second to third.
Number 94.
And 90 feet away is the 4th run for San Antonio. Shortstop Leo Dallas DeVries. 1 for 2, a single. Batting a .122. So pretty good right there for Leo as trying to work his way up going. And that one high and outside, 1-1. Yeah. 1 ball, 1 strike to Leo. And the pitch. That was a high pop-up. Third baseman has it. And that is out number 2.
Now batting, left fielder, Albert.
Back to the top of the San Antonio lineup cards. Here is left fielder Albert Fabian. 2 for 3, 2 singles, a run inside. But the 3-run shot was the prospect in center field for San Antonio. That is Joshua Mears. Yeah, I got to say, John, he hit a 3-run homer. And that got right in the bottom of the 3rd. Yep, and pretty much they gave him a go chain for a 3-run shot. And pretty good right there. Well, right there, 2 balls and 1 strike.
2 balls, 1 strike.
Well, if we play baseball tomorrow evening, great. If we don't, oh well.
Nope.
But we do have strong thunderstorms tomorrow in the forecast for San Antonio here. But evidently, we are playing ball here tonight. Bottom of 6, a 3-1 score for San Antonio. That one is driven high in the air. Right fielder runs after it on the warning track, and that ends the half inning. Well, no runs, hits, or errors. Or should I say, I'm pulling your leg again. No runs on a hit, no errors, and 1 left on for San Antonio. We now head to the 7th inning, and it is still a 3-1 ball game. So it'll be Jaworski, Lavastida, and Bastidas up for the top of the 7th inning. So we'll say we'll be right back after this, and we're a proud sponsor of West Creek and Dr. Pepper and everybody else coming along. So happy that y'all are coming in.
Seventh inning for Corpus Christi, ready to go in the Missions Baseball Network. Well, Chase Jaworski coming in, 8-9-1 due up as we get set for the top of inning number 7. Braden Net on the way, down and in, called strike. It's 0-1. 3 innings, pretty good, but severe weather off to the west of San Antonio. A lot of rain chances up into the evening and into tomorrow. That one caught in the bullpen as both pitchers are getting out there, warming up for Corpus Christi and for them only. Brian Lavastida coming in now, which takes in a called strike, and it's 0-1. Boy, cloudy early, strong thunderstorms developing later in the day tomorrow, so we might have a baseball game tomorrow evening. High in the air, deep to right field. Right fielder makes a play, and there's out number 2.
Now batting.
San Antonio defensively doing really well with Joshua Mears being in the center field area. Second baseman Luis Bastidas coming in for Corpus Christi. And here's the pitch. That one is right there and inside for a called strike, and it's 0-1. The 0-1. That one fouled. 0-2. 56 strikes, 17 balls, a total 73 for the starting pitcher, Braden Net. The 0-2. And that is right there. That's a strikeout. And he will reach on a wild pitch and fastball.
The right fielder, Luis Baez.
Well, Luis Baez coming in 0 for 2, a hit by pitch for him. There's the pitch to him, and that's going to be a liner straightaway center. That's a base hit. And right there safely at second, and then a run in to score. And Corpus Christi now trailing this ball game by 1. Well, I think that is going to do for the starter, Braden Net, as here comes the manager, as he will retire 96 out of the ball game. Braden Net, boy, did really good, but it's up for the bullpen to take aim and get things going with a relief pitcher like Jason Blanchard. A 4-seam slider, changeup, and a 2-seam fastball, which that is really good. Face-to-face, that is the third hitter for the Corpus Christi line. That one driven foul, hit the bleachers. Look out over there, as that one will come at you. 2 for 2, 2 singles, RBI tonight by Encarnacion for Corpus Christi. That one high in the air, and Campbell looking at it, will not get there, as that will land out of play, foul. The 0-2. And that's going to be right there. Castañon takes it himself. That is the inning over. Luis Baez gets a run in to score on the RBI double. And it is a 3-2 ball game as we go to the stretch inning. And San Antonio still holding it by just the 1. Cesar Gomez coming in, a 4-seam slider, changeup, 2-seam fastball, as he gets in to start the relief pitching for Corpus Christi. And we're going to be right back at it when we have our commercial break. And everybody is getting going as we have 7th inning stretch time here at the ballpark. So we are back after a break.
from our proud sponsors of West Creek Trail Rides and Whataburger, and our greatest drink of all time, that is Dr. Pepper. Well, the score is the Flying Chanclas 3, Corpus Christi 2. Here on this cloudy and yet to be a stormy night Thursday, as we are 3-2 in the ball game, and so far good on that. Well, anyway, we are back after our commercial messages and break. This one brought to you in part by Dr. Pepper. Well, we hope you had a good stretch inning here at the ball game tonight. And gotta say, we are on now to the bottom of the 7th inning for San Antonio. Missions hold a 1-run lead here in this ball game, but evidently that run is already evaporated, and now it's a 3-2 ball game. Corpus Christi trailing by 1. Yeah, that is right, Bob, and gotta say, San Antonio trying to get in and hopefully not lose another ball game as they did the last two in the start of this opening series against Corpus Christi. And tell you one thing, they need to get back up on the horse and head to the rodeo. This one brought to you in part by our friends from the San Antonio Stock Show Rodeo. Make sure you get your tickets for next year, as they will open up on the first day of February, which that is also nice. So leading off the bottom of the 7th inning is catcher Ethan Salas. Getting something going, and that is going to be a liner to straightaway center. That's a base hit. And by golly, pretty good one to lead off the bottom of 7.
The center fielder, Joshua.
And Joshua Mears, 3rd inning in the bottom lineup. Boy, tell you one thing, he whacked in a 3-run shot. And hopefully he could do it again for San Antonio. That would be awfully cool. Yeah, I got to say, John, 424, 110 on the 0.8 mile per hour exit velocity, and that is pretty neat. Yeah, it sure is.
Ball, that's low.
So Joshua Mears coming in, takes a ball down and in, 1 ball and no strikes. A pretty good evening thus far. We do have a little wind chill, so that's pretty nice. So Ulola and Vanway, 2 right-handers warming up in Corpus Christi's bullpen. That is right there. Liner up to right. That's a base hit. And by golly,
2 back-to-back singles, and they get the jacks on that. You gotta be kidding me. 4-hole batter, first baseman, Marcos Castañon. Down and in, a called strike, and it's 0-1. Center fielder, 3-run shot. Joshua Mears at first. Runner in scoring position at second, and nobody out. That one down and in. Ball 1, 1-1, even up. Don't forget Flying Chanclas return tomorrow one more time in this homestand. And that one is right there. Count now 1-2. And after that, it's Saturday night baseball with fireworks. And Sunday evening as well with a first pitch at 1:05.
Now batting, number 7.
So right fielder Jacob Campbell coming in is 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts. And that is right there. He misses that. And it's the count now 0-1. 2-1 away here in this half inning. That's a high pop-up right there. Infield fly rule going into effect. That's out number 2.
Now batting, the designated hitter, Cole Roederer.
So Cole Roederer coming in. Tonight 0 for 3, strikeout, 2 groundouts. Here's the pitch and delivery. That's a strike on the change, and it's 0-1. 3-2 San Antonio. Missions leading the run. That's in for a strike, and it's 0-2. Final strike here in the last half of the 7th inning. The pitch. Down and in, 1-2.
1 ball, 2 strikes, the count.
Here's a 1-2. And called third strike. Get him looking. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, and 2 left on for San Antonio. We now head to the top of the 8th inning, and it is 3-2 San Antonio. Back here for more as Zach Daniels, Cam Smith, and Deming will lead off the 8th inning when we come back. Well, we are the top of the 8th inning for Corpus Christi right now in the Missions Baseball Network. Well, Zach Daniels coming in as Jason Blanchard starts the next half inning. And that's a changeup strike inside. It's the count now, 0-1. 3-2 ball game here in the top of the 8th inning. And that one got him. And right in the butt.
The third baseman, Cam.
Third baseman, Cam Smith. Walk, hit by pitch, 0 for 1. For the evening. That one is going to be lifted high in the air. Fabian on his horse makes the running grab out there in shallow center field, and that's out number 1. Well, I tell you one thing, this game progressing nicely. We've had a few lightning strikes, but it's nothing that serious through the end of this. Close to the end of the ball game, right, Bob? Yeah, I gotta say, John, I guess if we do get the rain tonight, that's great, but if we don't, oh well, it was worth it. Yeah, for sure. No balls, 1 strike. That one right there, Rojas. Decideno, Castañon gets it, and that's the half inning. Another Taco Bell double play. And that ends the inning. So no runs on a hit, no errors, and 1 left.
Now,
Bottom half of the 8th inning coming up, and it's still a 3-2 ball game.
Well, about set to go for the bottom of the eighth inning for San Antonio. Right now on the Missions Baseball Network.
Pitching for Corpus
Well, a
Christi.
right-hander, Miguel Ulola, will get set to go for Corpus Christi. As we get set for him to pitch in and get us going for the bottom of the eighth.
The third baseman, Gentry.
Yendry Rojas coming in now for Corpus Christi. Oh, wait, for San Antonio. I was going to say Corpus Christi, but evidently that would have been funny enough to say. 2,877. Pretty good right there, but Miguel Ulola pitching for the Hooks. Lord, you need to wake up, John. Hey, no smart mouthing. I'll whack you with my stick if I want to. That one right there to first, and that's out number one.
The second baseman, Norwillian Cedeno.
Norwillian Cedeno coming in now is 0 for 3. 2 strikeouts and a ground out. Pretty good right there. Here's the pitch, and that's going to be a liner straight to third, and that's a 2 quick outs.
Number 94.
Here is shortstop Leo Dallas DeVries. DeVries coming in. It's ready to go, and the pitch. That is high pop up, and that goes out of play foul. And the pitch. That one driven. And that one is out of here. And San Antonio gets one back. It's now 4-2. Boy, and that will make the home crowd happy. Yeah, it sure will, John. Well, he whacked it out of here and had nothing else to say about it. He just whacked the stuffing out of it. Here is left fielder, top of the San Antonio lineup card, Albert Fabian. He takes a strike, and it's a count now 0-1. Boy, 3 outs away from securing a game for San Antonio, and that's going to be right there and in for a called strike. It's 0-2. And the pitch. Outside 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes. That one high in the air up to left, and that's going to be caught for the out. But Leo Dallas DeVries gets this one and puts another for San Antonio out of reach. We now head to the 9th inning, and it's 4-2 for San Antonio. Zach Cole will get something going as we lead off the top of the 9th inning coming up.
Well, we are top of the ninth inning for Corpus Christi right now on the Missions Baseball Network. Thank you, Bob, and gotta say we are here as it's a 4-2 ball game for the San Antonio Missions, or should I say the Flying Chanclas tonight. Yeah, I gotta say, John, absolutely right. Right there, that goes behind him. That's ball one underway. 3 outs remain for Corpus Christi. That's right there, down and in. 2 balls and no strikes. Boy, I tell you one thing, everybody's still playing ball, and yeah, there are close games. And we'll go ahead and give you your scores. Evidently, with the top of the ninth inning, a 3-0 count now to Zach Cole. Midland leads Amarillo 2-0. Bottom half of the 8th inning. So for Arkansas, they had their doubleheader game, and that one, ball 4. He loses him on a 4-pitch walk, and that will pretty much put the tying run. Shortstop Chase Jaworski on deck. Here's the pitch to him, and that is chopped foul, and it's 0-1. Tulsa leads Arkansas. They lost the first of the doubleheader game, 6-5, as the Tulsa Drillers gets their 9th in 14. Arkansas 14-9, and so far pretty good on that as well. Rough Riders and Wichita. So the Rough Riders and Wichita will be 14-9 tied up. So tonight it will be decided on that one. And it looks like there's going to be a balk. The home plate umpire, Jeff Andrews, just said, yep, you're going down to first. So that'll be first and second now. Catcher Brian Lavastida coming now for Corpus Christi. He lined out in the third, is 0 for 1. So 5-2 Wichita there in Frisco. There is Statesman's Park. That is taken down and in, a called strike. And it's 0-1. Oaks left 8 on base. San Antonio left 9 on base. The pitch. And the change up at the knees for a strike, and it's 0-2. Springfield and Northwest Arkansas tied at 2 there at Blue River Stadium, Springfield, Missouri. That is right there, and that will clip him, and that will load up the bases.
Second baseman, Jesus Bastidas.
That'll bring up Jesus Bastidas. And the pitch, that is right there, outside, 1 ball, no strikes. I'll tell you one thing, when you have the bases loaded and nowhere to put anybody, that is really, putting it mildly, that they'll come close. That one drifted high in the air. Campbell makes the play. Here comes the run in to score, and now it's a 4-3 ball game. So the tying run sits at third. 1 away here in the top of the 9th inning as they try to get an inch closer. 1 for 3 RBI double in the 7th. That is right fielder Luis Baez. Baez coming in. That's going to be a slow roller, and that will tie the game. And another run in 90 feet away, as that will be an infield single, a base hit. And now San Antonio and Corpus Christi, for the second time of this homestand, gets tied
And that'll bring in Luis Encarnacion, the first baseman, who's 2 for 3 and 2 singles and RBI. And we'll say that I tell you that if San Antonio loses this one tonight, then it's 3 in a row that they lost out of this 6 games. And that's going to be a runner in. And right there, they don't get anybody. And now Corpus Christi takes the lead.
Left fielder, Zach.
And they are celebrating in the bullpen. And that's a fielder's choice on a base hit right there. And time is going to be called, as that will do for the first reliever. Second reliever coming in. And that will put in Omar Cruz as he'll pitch for San Antonio. And we will go right to break. And so far, Corpus Christi leading this ball game 5-4 as we get right back with our break. So we are back in this one as we still have at least 2 more outs here in the top of the 9th inning. And yeah, we are so glad that you've joined us here tonight on this Taco Bell Value Night. Here in this one. Well, it's starting to sprinkle here, and so far not too shabby as we get things going. But this one brought to you in part by West Creek Trail Rides and for our proud sponsor of Missions Baseball, including the San Antonio Stock Show Rodeo and our friends there at Great Taco Bell and Whataburger, and so far are fast food places of San Antonio, which that is also good as well. Well, we're back as we go to the top of the 9th inning, and 1 away, 2-1. Here is Zach Daniels, new warm-up pitcher coming in. That is Omar Cruz, now pitching for San Antonio. That one right there, and that a play. The count now 0-1. 6 and 7 hitters for Corpus Christi. Coming in for this one. The 0-1. Down and in, that's a 1-1. So with 1 away here in this ball game. Here's the pitch. And that one driven up the center. Mears watch it fly, and it hits the wall, gone. Home run by Zach Daniels, and he cleared the bases. And it's 8-4 Corpus Christi. Ouch. Well, you don't see that every day there, John. No, you do not. Here's the 5th hole batter, Cam Smith. Smith coming in, ready to go. The pitch to him, swing and a miss right there.
0-1.
And it's 0-1. 0 for 2, walk hit by pitch. And so far, pretty good in this one. Corpus Christi leading this ball game. They came up from behind and they stung San Antonio in the butt. It's like a nest of hornets or something. Oh my goodness. Oh, ouch. I'm just kidding. Well, right there, Smith goes down, out number 2.
The batter, the designated.
Oh boy, don't want to mess with them hornets. They'll sting the crap out of you if you let them. Oh, yeah, like your dad always says. Yeah, for sure. You know, way back then when we were out in the Springwood home, I tell you, there was a lot of hornets, and they would make their nests on the back patio. And I tell you one thing,
My dad said, don't poke the nest or they come after you. In the 0-2. Well, did you poke the nest? No. I did not poke the nest. But my dad says, hey, you know, just do yourself a favor and shoot the nest with that hornet spray. So I did just that. Here's the 0-2. And right there, liner up to left. That's another base hit single, 2 away. Well, by golly, it's one base hit after another for Corpus Christi. Yeah, I gotta say, John, they are coming unclutched. And they're tied ball game and thinking that bottom of the ninth inning, San Antonio would have been getting something going. And evidently they have lost momentum in this game. Yeah, they sure have. 1 ball, no strikes. That one's right there, down and in for a strike. It's 1-1. Oh, I just did see another flash of lightning, and it looks to me that the storm about ready to come in. It looks, you know, right there, that will do it. But a bunch of hits and home runs coming in. And this one led by number 95. Puts a 3-run shot over the wall, clears the bases, and now it puts Corpus Christi up 8-4. Well, Ethan Salas will get going here in this one as we lead off the bottom of the ninth inning. And it's 8-4 Corpus Christi on this Thursday evening. Bottom half of the ninth inning for San Antonio. Right now, the Missions Baseball Network. Final 3 chances here to come back and rally in this game. Catcher Ethan Salas, 2, 3, and 4 due up in this one. As that is taken in for a strike, it's 0-1. Wichita in the North Division takes the first place win as they beat the Frisco Rough Riders. It is 5-2, and they claim the 15th of the season up there at Statesman's Park. So Arkansas gets put to second place, Northwest Arkansas in third place. Springfield is fourth place, Tulsa in the last place position. Center fielder Joshua Mears coming in. Boy, starting to see a little bit more lightning right there. That one slow roller up to the shortstop and pass to the second, first base area.
First baseman, Marco.
And that is out number 2. 1 for 4, last chance. Marcos Castagnon getting something going, and yeah, they're going to call time as evidently Castagnon will step out, and well, so far they're going to call time on the Corpus Christi reliever. And with 2 away, and so far with this ball game, just really about ready to come to an end on this evening. Yeah, we're starting to see some rain here as we're here at the ballpark, and it's coming down little bit by little bit. But even though with Wichita claiming the first place position in the North Division, that is really good, beating the Frisco Rough Riders by 5-2. Checking in on Arkansas and Tulsa, they started their second game in the doubleheader. It's top of the 5th inning. Drillers lead 2-1. So Tulsa could win another if they can keep up the momentum and take down Arkansas twice. So that'll put a tie on Springfield. Well, anyway, we're about set to go for the final out for San Antonio, and Marcos Castagnon is the last man up in the roster. And that's a taken strike 1, and with 2 more strikes, that's kind of a hard thing to even come by these days. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss. Boy, get him out chasing, and they're down against it now to the final strike. And here's the pitch. That one is driven up the center, and they don't go quietly. That's a base hit. I'll tell you one thing. That's a pretty good thing that they have 2 outs and a runner on base. So a 2-out base runner on the bottom of the 9th. Jacob Campbell coming in, but takes a ball outside, 1-0. 0 for 4, 3 strikeouts and a pop out. So join us tomorrow evening as we have Friday and weekend baseball to wrap up a big work week. Well, I bet you're ready to get off your first job out there on base, right, John? Yeah, you better believe it there, Bob. Just a lot of knuckleheads I have to put up with, and yeah, so far just really funny little knuckleheads. Here's a 2-1. That one down, and they're down on it. Final strike of the evening. And here is the 2-2 delivery. That is right there, line short. And thrown to first, and Corpus Christi 3 in a row. They will win 8-4. And that will do it. Even for a Thursday evening, they lose again. And now San Antonio is 12. They are 12 even. With Corpus Christi getting their 9th, they will tie up Amarillo. And so far, pretty good on that. Well, we will check the game up in Northwest Arkansas, or should I say Springfield. Naturals and Cardinals going head-to-head on that one. And they have called that game for Springfield. They will win that one. Springfield Cardinals winning 11-12. With Northwest Arkansas now 13-10. So pretty good on that one. You know, Amarillo and Midland. Rockhounds win their 13th. So on the likes of that, San Antonio was put to third place. So that is a really, really tough one right there. So Amarillo will be 9 and 15, it looks. And Midland is 13-11 after this ball game. So we're still waiting on the game in Tulsa. Now, bottom half of the 5th inning, and still 2 more innings to go as it all looks. Well, San Antonio needs at least 4 wins to claim the first place position. But anyway, we thank y'all for watching tonight's broadcast of Texas League Baseball. Our time broadcast 2 hours and 38 minutes in this one. We're a live stream here on YouTube Live, 2 hours and 5 minutes. So pretty good on that one. Well, we want to thank everybody that's joined in. And so far, First Flying Chancla this evening is already done. But anyway, we are pretty much good. And I think the severe weather for the evening has really began to cool off after the sun had set. But can't rule out the possibility of more thunderstorms as we go into the overnight. But anyway, we'll go over runs, hits, and errors first for Corpus Christi. 8 runs, 8 hits, 1 error. And for San Antonio, 4-13-0 in this ball game. Well, Luis Baez, 2 for 4 with 2 doubles and 2 RBIs. It's a player of the game. Winner on the mound is Miguel Ulola. And a loss goes to... boy, how'd excuse me right there. Ugh. The loss goes to San Antonio, Jason Blanchard, as he takes the loss for the Flying Chanclas. But anyway, we thank everybody for watching the broadcast tonight, and we cannot wait for weekend baseball. Join us tomorrow evening if we do have baseball. I mean, so far, if it does thunderstorm tomorrow evening, then we probably won't play. It will be a postponed game, and it could go Saturday on both games. Sunday, we wrap up the series with Corpus Christi, 1:05, our first pitch. And then it's off day Monday as we take our rest day. And so far, we play the Frisco Rough Riders starting Tuesday through next Sunday here at the Wolf, and so far pretty good on that. Well, for all of us here, we've had a good night, and so far we are looking forward to seeing y'all again. For all of us in our outstanding crew here tonight, I'm John Baker saying we'll see you tomorrow, and have a good night. And good night to you too there, Bob. Hey, good night, John. Y'all have a good night, and see y'all tomorrow.